Now I come to my topic given to me by the organizers, that is quality of life through yoga. In the beginning, I can assure you all that the quality of life through yoga is definitely improved as far as scientific researches and studies have shown through many findings. Moreover, our traditional texts also are of the view that regular practice of yoga in a holistic way can lead a person to happy and healthy life. During the last 6 days, also many eminent speakers, including yoga and medical experts, must have told about the benefits of yoga in terms of achieving holistic health. Holistic health includes the physical, physiological, psychological, and spiritual dimensions of human being. First scientific research in yoga was started by Swami Kaivalyananda at the Kaivalyadham Yoga Institute, Lonavala in 1924 and published in the Yoga Mimamsa Journal. Since then, so many researches in the field of yoga are still going on throughout the world. And the efficacy of yogic practices have been proved by their positive results. So the researches have also shown the results with regards to the improvement in the quality of life by yoga. I myself have seen during my tenure at CRYN New Delhi, where I, on behalf of the government of India, used to give scientific projects to eminent yoga and allied institutions like Nimhans, AIMS, Kaivalyadhama, S. Vyasa, and other universities and medical institutions. They all have shown positive results in their different researches related to yoga, and the records are still with the government of India in Ayush Ministry. Such findings I have personally felt in my university at Sagar and in collaborative researches with other countries like Russia, China, Japan, and many other European countries. Now, how these researches in yoga work, I shall discuss now. Now, before going to the application of yoga, I would like to tell what is health. In Ayurveda, it is said, sam dosa, sam dhatu, samagnischa, mana kriya, prasanna atmendriya mana, swasthaitya vedhyate. It is in Susrat Samhita, 15th chapter, 41. In the light of this meaning, swastha is defined as the bodily state in which various dosas, that is vata, pitta, kapha, dhatus, that is rakta, etc., agnis, that is gastric fire, etc., perform their functions efficiently in their integrated manner at their own site for the welfare of the organism, to cause the efficient disposal of waste products, that is stool, urine, sweat, etc., and sense of well-being at the physical, sensual, mental, and spiritual levels. There are three aspects of health which already have mentioned by so many speakers, that is promotive, curative, and preventive. Preventive and promotive are the most important aspects of health, which are just dealing with yoga. So many disorders can be prevented by yogic practices. If one practices yoga, he or she can prevent so many disorders. And secondly, promotive aspect. One can develop the immune system or promote physical, psychological, and spiritual abilities by practicing yoga. And third is curative aspect, that is therapeutic aspect of yoga. It is sometimes it depends on so many things. It depends on the level of the disorder, level of the disease, or the how he is practicing yoga. So it depends on so many things. Sometimes one can get 100% benefit, sometimes 50%, sometimes 70%, and sometimes he cannot get some results, good results. But there is a very, if one follows the rules and regulations under the guidance of some expert, yoga expert, the positive effects in curing some of the disorders can be seen. Now I come to the yoga part. There are so many misconceptions about yoga. Some people understand yoga is not meant for ordinary person, the householder, but it is only for the selected few. And the second misconception is yoga is associated with the idea of supernatural or linked with the miracles. The third misconceptions about yoga is equated with mysticism, black magic, or various types of mortifications. And the fourth one is yoga is system of therapy. People understand that it is a system of therapy only, which can cure all the disease. It is not so. And the next misconception is yoga is a system of philosophy dealing with the metaphysical theories about the universe. And the next is yoga is just a system of exercise. All these misconceptions indicate that most people are unable to see yoga as a whole concept, but are only aware of the fragment of its potentials. The word yoga signifies the state of, now what is yoga? I would like to tell you in short. I will not go into the detail because so many speakers have already spoken of these meanings, and but main uh, theme of this I will like to tell you here. The word yoga signifies the state of highest level of consciousness, highest level of equilibrium, highest level of integration, and absolute transcendental health, etc., are the states which can be called yoga. And the second one, what we call yoga, the technology, the means, the techniques, substances, and the phenomenon, etc., that are used to attain the aforesaid highest state of spiritual transformation. It is true that in two respect we can say that yoga is an end as well as yoga is a means of the techniques. It may be Raj Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and so on. It is true that yoga is ancient. In fact, its origin is shrouded in antiquity. Yoga emphasized that mind influences the body more than the body influences the mind. The yoga system of Patanjali, which is also known as Raj Yoga, is a way of life and a set of practices for regulation of mind to achieve the highest goal of yoga, that is Kaivalya. Patanjali has prescribed an eightfold path for the achieving the goal of Kaivalya. Traditional yoga can be found in Vedas, Upanishads, Ayurveda, Bhagavad Gita, Vasishtha Samhita, etc. But Patanjali Yoga Sutra and Patanjali Yoga Sutra of Maharishi Patanjali and Hat Pradipika Grand Samhita and Hat Ratnavali are the main yoga texts from where we can see so many things. Now, Patanjali's 8-phase program has already been discussed by so many people. I will not go into detail, but it is a way of life, a system of to achieve the quality of life through these Ashtangas, that is Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. In Hatha Yoga, the techniques of yoga have been practiced for thousands of years, mainly for the sake of the final goal of liberation from the cycle of rebirth and the pain associated with it. These techniques were intended to influence the mind more than the body. With the Hatha yogis who flourished in comparatively later times in the history of yoga, maybe about the 15th century AD. There was a great emphasis on the body. Their ultimate aim was also the same, namely attainment of the state of samadhi. But their means were more suited to the ability of common men. Hatha yoga as a holistic system does not consist of mere kriyas, asanas, pranayamas, bandhas, mudras, and meditation, etc., but lays great stress on the control of diet, social attitude, and personal habits so as to bring about the beneficial changes in the whole of the metabolic process. It is too integrated approach treating man as a whole. So we can improve the quality of life through yoga, through these Hatha yoga practices and through Ashtanga yoga, the system of Patanjali. Now comes to the yoga therapy. Strictly speaking, the therapy is not the proper field of yoga. However, Patanjali mentions Vyadhi, meaning disease, which he considers as a hindrance to the personality integration, but he never refers to the treatment of disease simply because of his approach in holistic rather than analytical, that is, he prefers to integrate rather than occupy himself with the symptoms of disintegration. Throughout the many years of research into yoga therapy, Kaivalya Dhamma, many discoveries were made about the therapeutical effects on certain elements. Later attempts were made by many organizations and individuals, both in India and abroad. Yoga therapy, its basic principles and methods by Swami Kaivalyanand and Dr. S.L. Vinekar was published by Government of India in 1961. It was distributed in several countries, including socialist, and was even translated into Polish language. Now, Indian tradition, scientific research, and clinical experiences all point out that yoga practices are probably the most important and effective self-help tool available to men. The importance of yoga is coming into light in the West in the comparative analysis of different systems by psychologists to find out the meaningful answers to some problems of life. We seem to be very close to a behavior technology and self-reliance in the domain of yoga. The main principle of yoga therapy is that it seems to establish the homeostasis in the organism as a whole. These endeavors have been leading to the development of principles and procedures separating yoga more or less from its mystical and metaphysical spheres and perfecting its on secular and scientific grounds. To conclude, we can say that science of yoga has and can give us great comforts and help to discover the physical universe, yet more many help in the increased efficacy, efficiency, maybe this superset intellect, but certainly not the wisdom to lead a happy, healthy, and peaceful life, the ultimate goal of humanity. Therefore, the science and art of yoga should not only be fully understood but continuously practiced, nay, lived as has been done by the seers name a few: Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa, Swami Dayanand Saraswati, Swami Ram Kusaji of recent past, apart from great Buddha, Mahavira, Guru Nanak, Kabir, and many more of ancient India. In fact, we shall have to admit that yoga begins where science ends. So, in the conclusion, I can say that definitely we can say that we can improve, we can achieve a quality of life through yoga by the practicing yogic methods, yoga techniques. Thank you very much. Sarve bhavantu sukhna, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit bhag bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you very much.